these round tables. Let's imagine that this is a table, round. Before starting, I would ask this gentleman to introduce themselves with 10 words. Starting from you with a nice beard. Yes.
Thank you. I'm the guy with the nice beard, also known as Svolis. I'm L&D manager in OPAP. For those who don't know it, OPAP is a leading betting company in Greece. We're responsible for educating our people, around 1,200 people, regarding their upskilling and reskilling for in order to do their jobs more efficient. And alongside with that, we also have a second part of learning, which is not in my responsibility, but is another part that we're using Moodle about Retail Academy, which is the part that is responsible for educating our partners in OPAP stores and OPAP Play stores. And to put a number of this, around 15,000 people. So thank you for being here, and I'm very glad to be here and be part of this very exciting things that Martin introduced us today. Thank you very much. And of course for the event from Yiannis and all the white team.
Next one, please. You, with the nice glasses.
I'm another Yiannis. Good. Ioannis Psaromiligos from University of Attica. I teach more than 25 years. And I am at the Business Administration Department. I started as a mathematician, then computer scientist, and now learning engineering or these things. And I am the director of the Digital Transformation Decision Support Systems Lab. I have 2 postgraduate courses, Management of Education Organization and Educational Technology and Human Resource Development with the University of Athens. And now I have another role in the Office of Teaching and Learning at the university. And a lot of maybe short time to do all these things.
And you're obviously Mr. Lazaris.
Sorry?
Yes.
Okay.
Hello everyone. My name is Apostolos Lazaris. I'm head of the Bureaucracy Observatory at the Ministry of Digital Governance and project manager at Dougiamas.
Tell us, Yiannis.
Okay, I'm Yiannis Arapoglou. I'm the CEO of White Services. I'm the host of this event, and I represent the service provider part and the responsible person for most of the installations and implementation of e-learning projects at this room.
So I want to start from OPAP, which is a very popular spot everywhere in Greece. If I start an OPAP in, let's say, Soufli, and have myself and my daughter and my aunt, you know, this family business, do I have, would I improve my small, tiny business by attending these lessons?
Yes, of course. As I mentioned before, we have 2 distinct platforms regarding our Moodle proposition for our people. The one is OPAP Academy, which is offered for our permanent staff in OPAP, and the other is Retail Academy, which is responsible for educating and make people aware in our partners from Soufli till every part of Greece, make the knowledge available through our e-learning proposition. This is not part of my responsibility as an L&D manager. Every Panagiotou is responsible for this part. But as far as I know, all the team effort that and all the projects that are implementing from Retail Academy is focusing on providing a unique learning experience for our user. Either is a new staff, a new member in OPAP as an employee, or a new partner in every part of Greece as a partners of OPAP stores. So our main goal is to make this knowledge available as quick and fast and easier it can be through all the functionalities and capabilities that Moodle offers for our people.
Do you believe that your employees or your collaborators are digitally literate nowadays? I come back to the example of soufflé. Somebody who opens a spot in soufflé does know how to use all this.
I think that this was our main challenge when we began our Moodle journey 5 years ago, alongside with our partners from Wide. We are just launching our first e-learning platform for our people. So this was something that was not available for them before that. The experience that they had were more traditional kind of training in a classroom or things like that. So to get them digitalized as part of their learning experience was our first mainly challenge, and to educate them how to use this kind of platforms and make the most of their capabilities.
Tell us, Professor Psaromiligos.
Was the icebreaker.
Which is the level of the students of your university?
I don't know. Your university?
Your university.
Professor
Psaromiligos. Yes.
In relation to what? The level of
the
technology of using
yes. How many do they take part in these courses? How many schools take part? What about the new jobs that are created nowadays?
We have, first of all, we have the third in number in terms of population students for universities, about 50,000 students, active about 25,000. I believe students always is...
So half of your students are not active?
Yes. They are enrolled, but they are not active. Well, students always is familiar with technology. They don't have any problem to use. They use Moodle in their mobile phone, and actually in my lessons, even now after COVID, we have in the classroom exams. I use the mobile phone to have exams online and then write down because we need the bureaucracy.
Okay. When did the Moodle meet your university? When do you start collaborating with the Moodle?
Well, University of West Attica comes from two technological institutions. Technological education institution of Piraeus and OPAP. Well, I was responsible from technological education of Piraeus on these platforms, and I had installed these LMS about 2005. And now it is the second platform we have for online education. We have eClass, which is a Greek version. It's a mini Moodle, I would say. And there is an experience of more than 15 years. Students need the resources online, but not just to download the filter in order to have meaning to them. And I see that when we say user experience, now we have to take care of learners' experience. This is our challenge.
Mr. Lazaris, your ministry, the last 3 years, has made a revolution in Greece. I mean, it's something, I mean, everybody from the people that support the government till the people that are contrary to the government admit that you do a very nice job, a very significant job as ministry. My question is,
yeah.
okay, you gave to every citizen in Greece the potential to use, to digitalize his everyday life, starting from medical services to the new IDs, to this vaccination process, which was huge. My question is, do they know, especially the older ages, how to use, how to react with this new media?
It's quite challenging because we have to promote those new technologies to various people from different backgrounds, and that's why we need to change the perspective, the culture, through training as well. That's why we promote strongly lifelong learning. We have established the National Academy, the National Digital Academy in Greek, in Academia Δεξιοτήτων, okay, a platform that provides online courses for free, asynchronous training to all people, so that all different groups can learn at their own pace the different technologies and all those things we provide. However, let me comment on something you said during your discussion. You mentioned two words a few times, desert and mission. Okay, I would like to epitomize the mission statement of our ministry through the use of an old Persian story, which is quite appropriate for this ministry. So once upon a time, there was a prince, a young prince, walking in the desert, okay, and as he was walking, all of a sudden he finds a bottle.
A bottle?
A bottle, yeah, and he rubs the bottle, and voila, a genie appears. The genie tells the young prince, "You've been expecting the 3 wishes, right? No, not this time. Instead, you're going to lose everything." Oh my God. However, I'm going to give you one thing in abundance. What do you want? Soldiers? Army? Gold? Diamonds? Lovers? And the young prince replied, information. So our mission, as you said, is the transformation of data into information, into something meaningful for citizens, so that all people are included in that process, and all people can gain from this transformation and all the things we do. And as you already know, Mr. Chomenidis stressed it, we have been undertaking a lot of projects. And what we have learned is this. First of all, that we had to interconnect those scattered information systems of the public sector. And the second thing has to do with the diffusion, the dissemination of knowledge and experience of the people who work, okay, so that this knowledge and experience can be disseminated to everyone. especially to the people who participate, who are members of the project. That's why we promote strongly the use of e-learning platforms like Moodle or others, so that this knowledge can be diffused, so that those platforms become part of the knowledge management system, okay, and we can share those experiences, we can share that knowledge to everyone and get more than that. The academy, the Digital Academy, is also part of this strategy, and we are looking forward to including additional modules so that people can get skills for free. And this is very important. This is our legacy, if you like.
Mr. Arapoglou, thank you very much. Mr. Arapoglou, as the provider in Greece of all these tools, can you make us some general and more specific comments? How do you see the picture today? What's your plans about tomorrow and the day after tomorrow? What are the dynamics?
Okay, actually, the last few years, the learning needs has changed. Everyone needs to train very fast and very big audiences in order to put them in production, especially when we are talking on workplaces. You have to do something very fast, the onboarding part, or if you have to train for a new product, a new law change, so you have to inform everyone within a couple of days all over the world, whenever they are. What I think, and I have seen the last 5 years, is that e-learning and learning results are connected with other departments of an organization. For example, how is the performance of the user before and after the training? So all of these learning analytics and are part of every new projects we usually implement. And all digital transformation things that happen in all large-scale organizations, because everyone's changed, everyone goes to automation, everyone goes to clever things. This is something that affects a lot the learning, and we very often make projects that make things smarter and combine information for different topics to make some more clever results.
Okay, thank you very much. I would like Martin to close the whole of this.
You think you are done?
Process by making a final statement or a comment about what he just listened to.
It's hard to sum up all of that, other than I think I was supposed to be up here, but I felt like I talked too much and I wanted to listen to these guys. He said, what would be my wish if with the genie? Yeah, I was a little worried that you had to give everything away for the information. That's my only problem there, but it's just a story. Look, I think each one of us is just one of us. Right, we are each one human being, each, and we all have the same basic needs, and we are all part of the group. We're all here for a short time on Earth. We come here for a while and we go, and we pass on ourselves to the next generation. That is humanity, and that is what education is. And I think we all have the same sense of what's important, and a lot of what I'm hearing here is this different views, but actually the same feeling, right? That we all want to do the best that we can here with educating, with supporting, with making life better for the next generation. So I think that's what I'm getting. If I could summarize so many different things, there are so many different aspects to it that it's very complicated for some reason. Learning is very complicated And it takes a lot of work and a lot of thinking, and it's an ongoing battle that we will never fully solve, probably. But we all have to keep trying, and it takes every one of us to do so. So that would be my summary.
I'll tell you what. I mean, all these things that you said were very impressive and very fantastic. But there was this nightmare that we can digitally forge reality. That's the biggest danger. Eh?
Well, it's
To watch the news and see Putin dressed like a woman and go to Zelensky and dance together, but this would be fake news. Okay,
Yeah.
so there's no you would not have the ability to distinguish between the fake and the real. This is the greatest danger, no?
Yeah, it's just another technology we have to learn to control as a species. It's like transport. We invented cars, we invented petrol in cars, and now the pollution is killing us and it's killing the world. And it's like there are two sides to technology. So I'm just kind of flagging a warning, like many people are, with some of the new technologies that we need to think about.
We have to
Think about them in
defend
advance.
truth. That's
Yeah,
it.
yes, I think we need to defend truth and do the best for us ourselves as a species.
But talking about art, I mean works of art, cinema, literature, songs, I don't believe that the artificial intelligence would make the difference or create something really original.
Why? I'm very interested in why, actually. Yeah.
I will explain to you why. Because the artificial intelligence don't have the data, the experience, doesn't know how the people feel and act. For example, let's say that you are a computer and I ask you to write a novel about a woman who is not faithful to her husband and finds a lover. Okay, typical. It's Madame Bovary, it's Anna Karenina, it's a great German novel, Effie Briest, and numerous others with the same basic story.
Yes.
But why there are thousands of insignificant novels with the same story and one Anna Karenina and only one Madame Bovary? What's the difference?
Well, yeah, so you're getting to the quality thing.
Yes.
And in the image thing, the image world, I'll show some basic images, but the art that is being produced, even in the last 6 months, or even the last 2 or 3 months, has been increasing exponentially.
But they don't have the experience.
They do.
When Picasso drew the in Greek is the Σπίτες Αβυγιών. Πώς τις λένε στα αγγλικά? The dams of Avignon. You know, he was many times brothers.
Yes.
He knew the sense of a young lady who is a whore, and he could give it with colors.
Certain theme here with you, but I think I think it will always be an art. It'll become more of an artisan thing. Like right now we have factories that make plates and cups and stuff, but there are certain people who still make artistic cups and plates that we sometimes want to buy and use. And I think there will always be an artisan aspect, and there will be people who love artisan stuff. But the AI, the way it works, is it's what you put into it kind of comes out of it.
So you have to be there to put something.
Well, I think what it'll draw on all of the human experience. If you only put great novels into the AI, then the stuff it generates will kind of mirror that quality.
It would mirror it.
Mirror it.
Combine it. It
Yeah.
would combine Don Quixote with Madame Bovary and War and Peace and I don't know what, and
Yeah.
Shakespeare. But it would not create something brand new. I mean,
Well-
who could predict, which computer could predict that a song I can get no satisfaction, 3 words,
Yes.
4 words, would be a huge success and would
Yeah.
change the way that we see rock music. Which computer could see Elvis Presley in his first steps
Even
and predict that this would be the king?
I agree with you. I want this too. But even 1 year ago, some of those images I showed you were not possible a year ago. And everybody was saying, it's not even possible to generate realistic photographs. I didn't even show you the good stuff. There are realistic photographs. You can say, I want an R2-D2 robot that made of bamboo. And it comes, and it looks like it's literally someone made an R2-D2 out of bamboo with all the little ties and the details and the shading and everything. It looks like a photograph. And a year ago people were saying it was impossible, and this year it is possible. And I feel like the trend is going to surprise us. That's all. And I'm just saying, maybe not everybody is so discerning about, your average teenager probably doesn't know that these novels you mentioned are great novels. They're probably happy with pop music and whatever, right? There's probably a level of human discernment of what is quality also that maybe...
This is another thing that we could discuss. We had another 5 hours.
Yeah, I love that
But,
discussion.
yes, but I would tell you that I see that there would be, at least in Greece, a gap between the people that in the future would have the chance to approach the masterpieces of art, or the beautiful things of this planet, and the other half, more than a half, talking about the numbers, would not have this chance, and they would just consume, let's say, sitcoms and cheap pop music. But this is a deeply political thing.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, I know some guys and girls who are teenagers, and I know that, and this is something very sad for me, that the one who study in good schools, private schools, have the access to Madame Bovary and Hemingway or whatever, J.D. Salinger. The others who are in public schools in Greece, they don't have. And this is something that Moodle, it's like a vision and a mission for Moodle to try and take the other children from the public schools to this beautiful journey.
What I hear you saying, what I agree with, is it's the role of education to identify what we think is important to carry forward. My son, he might rate Anna Karenina alongside a deep-fried meme as being equally interesting. And is he right? Is he wrong? This is something we need to collectively, and I think the open education resources I was talking about is like, this is where we all collectively decide what is quality, what is important, what is history for the future. In 100 years, in 1,000 years, what was important now? And maybe in 100 years we're all doing something we probably are doing something, watching things we can't even imagine right now.
This education actually is part of a big project that universities run. Yiannis is responsible for the massive open online courses offered from the West Attica University. Yiannis, how many courses you have there open for everyone, and they can select everyone what to like to get trained?
We had a project 5 years ago, open courses, you know that.
Yes.
And then we didn't, we were the university, we were technological. And in the small technological education institute of Piraeus, we managed to create 100 open courses.
Great.
100 open courses.
Great.
I have to say something compliment. We must educate in new ethics. We must redefine the ethics to our students. We don't have to speak about technology or anything else. We have to speak about ethics in technology, ethics in literature, ethics in everything. It is the most important, I believe, thing we must do as educators. And openness is toward this mission. And that's why I like it.
So thank you very much. Enjoy Mojito.
Actually, there is something else to announce before we. Ελληνικά, okay. Στην πρόσκληση που λάβατε όλοι στο email τις προηγούμενες μέρες, είχαμε πάντοτε και μια μικρή αναφορά. Αύριο, στις 6 ώρα το απόγευμα, στο χώρο του Ιδρύματος Ιωγεννίδου, ο Μάρτιν Dougiamas βραβεύεται από το Πανεπιστήμιο Πειραιά ως επίτιμος διδάκτορας για την προσφορά του στον χώρο του eLearning. Το ραντεβού μας λοιπόν ανανεώνεται για αύριο 6 ώρα. Στην πρόσκληση που λάβατε όλοι υπήρχε και ένα URL από κάτω, το είχαν φροντίσει οι δάσκαλοι, γιατί και εμείς θα είμαστε παρόντες εκεί αύριο. Μπορείτε να γραφτείτε online, να έρθετε να δείτε όλη την τελετή βράβευσης, ανακήρυξης του Μάρτιν ως επίτιμο διδάκτορα.
Will you wear a robe?
You don't know that? The robe tomorrow, during your ceremony.
And the hat?
It's the fourth anyway. The first one and the other three. Doctor.
This is
The third? Okay.
Okay, thank you very much. Enjoy.
Thank you very much everyone for being here.